Hi everybody, my name is Justine and I'm the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Manager, and I'm here today with Laura Tokel, who works in the National Glass Centre and is also the new chair of our Enable Staff Network. Hi Laura, I wondered if you could just introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello. So obviously Justine's introduced me by name. I am a staff member and have been a student at the university, and also have an academic interest in equality and diversity, and have written training programs as well as delivering them, which has really enhanced my interest in the area. I myself have a hidden disability, and that has really, although I was always championing the rights of disabled people beforehand, it's really changed my view on how disability affects people. I have multiple sclerosis, which can present a multitude of challenges. Basically, any kind of impairment or disability you could think of, multiple sclerosis can cause that, because your immune system attacks your spinal cord and nervous system, which makes it quite unpredictable, and is one of the reasons that it's really quite challenging to be able to present the needs of that disability in terms of reasonable adjustment and help people understand what it's all about.
Brilliant, thank you. So just to sort of say to everybody, we actually do currently have 7 staff networks which are thriving. But we have noticed that the Enable Staff Network is one that's proving a little harder to engage with our staff. Now, we know that disability can be misunderstood. I mean, you've talked there about having a hidden disability, and can be full of stigma and misinformation. And I'm sure it also makes people feel quite vulnerable and possibly judged if they declare that they have a disability. So with that in mind, we know it takes a significant amount of vulnerability and courage to disclose a disability and underlying health condition to work, particularly if that's a mental health condition and unseen, as you've said. So we think that the Enable Staff Network is really important, and we want to put quite a lot of priority on this year, but we want to work out how to engage people a little bit further. So with that in mind, Laura, why did you take on the role of the chair of the Enable Network, and why would you encourage staff and actually allies of people with disabilities to come on board?
Well, first of all, the name says a lot. We discussed between the members of the network what we thought it should be. And the reason it isn't a disability network is because we want to enable inclusion of everybody. And we feel that the role of the network is really centered around that, to help everyone be enabled and included. So that's one reason to join, because the whole aim is to facilitate that. But also it means that you can have a say in what happens in your university with staff, and also you can transfer that experience and those ideas towards helping your students. It means as well that you've always got that network there to support you when you're not having the best of times. We've discussed in the network issues that some of us face, such as not feeling like we can visibly appear on the network, and that's absolutely fine. We just say we're having this issue. Would we be able to find a way around that? And although, like Justine says, we're only a small network at the minute, we've actually come a long way with different bits and pieces that we've done so far. It will also allow us to be able to get a deeper understanding of what our staff need with regards to disabilities, health conditions, mental health conditions, to be able to do their job to the best of their ability, but also to be able to feel like there isn't a stigma around them telling their management, their colleagues, that they need some extra support. It is a really valuable thing as well to have a disability, although the name disability doesn't suggest that. There are so many experiences that you have when you do have those challenges that help you to understand ways of overcoming things, problem solving, supporting others that you work with and your students as well. And the collective ideas and experiences of the network just enhance that. It's something that I have found has enhanced me as a person, but actually just inadvertently advanced my career as well, because there are so many people I've been able to network with that I've found new opportunities there career-wise, which I'm very interested in and excited to start developing. And it helps you to feel as if that vulnerability is being taken away, because you are hearing the advances that are happening to support staff. And if there is an issue, you can say within the network, I've experienced this, or my colleague has experienced this. Can we work together to figure out a way around it, instead of just, worrying about that happening again, or affecting somebody else as well as yourself. And that really is the sort of communal feel of the network, giving us a better ability to support staff around the university. The other side of it as well is that we have our allies, as Justine mentioned, and our allies are people who have an interest in disability inequality, but also have an interest in finding out about lived experience, so that they can help the students and colleagues that they are working with. And so far we've had a lot of positive feedback on how that has helped our allies in the network, and obviously they help us as disabled people, because then they know more about our needs.
Laura, that's absolutely fantastic. So to conclude, we are putting a call out to staff to encourage anybody who considers themselves to have a disability or an underlying health condition, or has an interest in understanding more about disability as an ally, to come and join us. And I think I'll just end by saying, you made reference to it. We consider it a safe space. In the meeting, it is confidential. Nothing is disclosed or divulged outside of that without the consent of everybody else, because we want it to be a space where people feel that they can share and get support. And as Laura says, you can appear, you don't have to appear on the screen on camera. You can also take a sort of an element of a step back in that respect as well. So thank you all very much. There'll be information connected to the video as to how to join the network and all of the other networks that we have as well. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks.